Public transport system. What about shops and things? Are they continuing to be open as normal for the time being?
I think the trading of shops just depends on the area and the feeling of the proprietors, but certainly the trains will have stopped. There's an automatic system here that shuts down trains or whenever an earthquake hits. Even the bullet trains, if they're in the middle of a run, they will just come to a complete stop as a safety measure. So I assume they've kind of shut down.
And where are you now, Catherine, as you speak to us?
I'm in central Tokyo, not far from the government district of Kasumigaseki.
Okay, Catherine, thank you. Stay with us.
Okay.
We've got another person on the line now from Tokyo, Mark Britton. Mark, can you tell us just what you have experienced in the past hour?
Well, yeah, we're situated here in Roppongi Hills, and we've just been shaking, literally shaking around, trying to walk out. We weren't quite sure whether we should be leaving the building or going under desks or what. But hearing the building structure in a fairly new building just creaking and groaning is incredibly scary. Some of my colleagues, they've all put on their hard hats, and we have survival food, which they've taken sort of as a precaution, but obviously we're not at that stage yet. But one of the big shocks, we could see, looking out over to Odaiba, some huge smoke, obviously a huge fire on Odaiba, which seems to be under control now. And then there's obviously sort of typical factors like you've got a lot of heavy traffic jammed up. You've got all the school children out on the playing field wondering what they should be doing. Swimming pools, water in the swimming pools rocking, and yeah, waiting for the next aftershock.
Mark, we'll just stop you for a second because we're seeing some quite phenomenal pictures on our screens at the moment which really show you the full force of this wave of water which seems to be swamping the area. I'm not absolutely sure where this is. We know that it's the northern parts of Japan which have been most affected, but we saw this great big wall of water surging forward, really swallowing everything up in its path. Mark, you are trained, aren't you, to know what to do in the event of an earthquake?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, our office staff, we have advised us to go under tables at this sort of stage, and we're awaiting an evacuation order, which we haven't had yet. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the tsunami, from what I see, it hasn't hit Tokyo yet. But looking on the internet here, it was a level 7, I believe, on the Japan scale, which is the highest level of devastation. So that was north of Tokyo. So yes, particularly scary.
You're watching BBC World News. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're bringing you details of a large magnitude earthquake off the northeastern coast of Japan. It's triggered a tsunami that was been washing away cars and tearing away buildings along the coast near the epicenter. These are the rather shocking and amazing pictures that are coming into us live now from the state broadcaster NHK, and it just shows the full force of the water. Look at that ship there. It's in the middle of a field just being pushed right across the fields there. Not absolutely sure where this is, but look at that road on the left-hand side. There are people driving on that side of the road, and you've got this wall of water, and it's got houses in it. There's a fire there, look, on the right-hand side. They're in the middle of the water. It is quite astonishing pictures as that wall of mud, of debris, makes its way over to the road, swallowing up everything in its path. And you can see the power. That looks to be quite a big ship. There's a lorry, and we wonder whether that is going to be caven away. And you'll just see the power of this and why these tsunamis are just so dangerous. There it goes. An articulated lorry, a big truck just engulfed by the sheer wall of water. And you have to worry about those people in those houses and on those roads because nothing can stop that. And it is quite astonishing. Right in the middle of that water, there's that fire burning.
And let's return to Mark. Mark Britton, who's in Tokyo. Mark, have you been instructed as to how long it might take for what we're seeing, this huge tsunami in the north of the country, how long it will take for it to work its way down to Tokyo?
No, I haven't. Actually, sorry, guys, I have to go. There's just there's an announcement here for an evacuation stuff, so sorry. I'll,
okay, stay safe. Mark Britton, thank you. Stay safe. So continuing with these pictures, this, let me just repeat, we're assuming is in the northeastern part of the country, very close to the epicenter of the earthquake, which occurred off the northeastern coast. It seemed to have occurred at 80 miles off the coast, in fact, 125 kilometres, and at a depth of around 12 miles. Now, these are the stats that are coming in bit by bit, but needless to say, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Centre has extended the caution across a vast area.
Well, let's talk to Dale Grant while we just keep these pictures up of this huge swathe of water swallowing up everything in its path. Dale Grant from the US Geological Survey, welcome to BBC World News. Can you just tell us, put this into perspective for you, how big was this earthquake and just how worried should we be about this tsunami? Dale Grant from the US Geological Survey, are you with us? We'll try and get Dale Grant back from the US Geological Survey and speak to him just as soon as we can, but the latest we have, a massive 8.9 magnitude quake has hit northeast Japan, causing many injuries, fires and a 4-metre tsunami along parts of the country's coastline. There were several strong aftershocks and a warning of a 10-metre tsunami following the quake, and we're looking at these quite horrific pictures of this huge wall of water that just swept through everything in its path. And the latest that we have is that Taiwan's Central Weather Bureau is warning people living on its east and northwest coast to be on guard for tsunamis. Japan's defense ministry has deployed 8 military planes to check damage following the earthquake. We also understand the French press agency is saying that a number of people were injured after a roof caved in at a Tokyo graduation ceremony. Martin.
And just to expand on the Pacific Tsunami Warning Centre, which has now put on alert a vast swathe of the Pacific region. It obviously includes Japan, Russia, Marcus Island and the Northern Marianas. A tsunami watch, which is distinct from a warning, has been issued for Guam, Taiwan, the Philippines, Indonesia and the US state of Hawaii. That's where the Pacific Tsunami Warning Centre is based.